CBS presents this program in color.
Okay, so here I am at Sanctuary, and I needed to do the weapons glitch to give me a bit more size. And so what I've done so far is I was able to get the two vendors moved here. So I have the weapons vendor on this side, and on this side I have the armor vendor. And as I mentioned before, the doorway for that is right back here. And across the way, I will be putting the general store, I believe is what I'm going to put here. And I wanted to put a door on this. So I put a door on. I'm not sure I like the look of it at the moment. Hopefully it'll grow on me. I thought about using a concrete pillar and glitching on some walls along the sides, but if it's not done well, it'll just look, that much more dumb, and then kind of defeat the purpose. So if this doesn't work, then I will have to build something. If I kind of come to the conclusion that I don't care for it, um, I don't want to make all of the vendors out of the rail cars, the box cars. It just seems a little crazy, but they're there. I want to use them if I can. So um, I will go ahead and put the general store vendor in here. And then the clothing vendor, I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put her. Um, but I do want to kind of, like I said, make little alleyways in between the houses and that kind of thing. So um, I still need to make something that kind of helps reinforce the alleyway idea. So at the moment, you can't. Well, you can't get through there. I don't know if anybody will go through here, but you can get through on this side. Um, Almost all of my power poles are basically at their limit, and looks like I've got one here that is not reaching. Let's see if I can get it close enough, and see if we can pull this one close enough. Nope. So I'm gonna need, most likely I'm gonna need an intermediary power thing. So let's get that taken care of, because right now my turrets on the backside are all offline because of that. So we'll just do this for now. This will take care of the problem, and we can address this later, either with maybe I'll go back and get the mod that gives you extended power line length or whatever, to demonstrate. One of the reasons why I don't like mods is I ran into a lot of issues where if something happened and there was a patch out or something and it broke a mod, and so the mod was disabled, anytime I was, excuse me, anytime I came in to edit anything, delete some stuff or whatever, it would crash my game. So just because I had actually hit my size limit, so I needed to remove a few things in order to be able to rug glitch in these vendor stalls. As you can see, the rugs are still there. I haven't been able to move them yet. But in order to get those in there, I needed to delete some things. So I was just going to try to delete a few things just so I could get the rugs in and get those in place. But um, my game crashed about 5 times just trying to delete a few things, like some of these lights, these industrial lights, things like that, and the stupid game would crash on me. So um, yet another reason why I don't like mods, and if I can avoid them, I will. So I think what I'm going to do is do something for the general store vendor. Um, I would like to do it up in this area, and maybe I'll do it up between these two houses. Might be a decent place to put the general store vendor right up here, and hopefully I don't run into too much of an issue with these power lines. That can be quite the pain in the butt. And I think with this one, I am going to go with, I don't know. Let's just see what we come up with. So, I think with the general store vendor, I want to have, so there's a storage space in the back, and so this will be a slightly larger stall. So, what we'll do is let's use these, and we'll even get some less than great ones, as well as some decent ones, and we'll put a window in on this side. And what I'm going to do, I think with my idea, is I'm going to go ahead and put a door here and another door back here. And so what I'm going to do is leave the front open. So I'll just use like the yeah, let's see, stupid power lines. Power line is in the road, and I can't move that because I'm just going to run into issues with everything else. So let's see if we can do something to help this out a bit. So um, this will just be temporary until I can figure something out more permanent. There we go. So, um, yeah, so I think what I want to do is make this so it looks like the storage of the general store. And then the front, I'm just going to use, let's see how this works. Let's just have an idea of how this is going to work. That's not general store. Okay. So how would this look in here? I think we can make it look viable. Um, the only part, maybe if we hug this side, I think that would be a bit better. So let's see here. So one of the things, obviously, I don't want to have the side doors that open up and close. You know, the ones on the front and the back. I don't want those sticking through the wall or anything like that. But I think we could probably go with this. Basically, if we hug this all the way over against the wall there, that would go. But I don't really care for that either. So I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of go with the old-fashioned um, deal with. Let's have a quick look. See what these would look like for some sort of a. I don't care for that either. So let's do the old tried and true, and the tried and true does not hook up to it. Well, isn't that wonderful? Thanks, tried and true. That's great. You guys are awesome. So it does pretty much narrow down the options. Huh. Well, while I'm thinking about that, there's not much else I want to do at the moment. I got to get these things built, moved out. To include, I need to do something for a bar. Um, and there's not a lot of options for that unless I build something completely. A fresh brand new bar. We could build it down here. That seems like that would be a decent idea. Um, yeah. So let's do that. Let's put a bar right here. Um, yes, yes. I like that idea, I think. That way we can get rid of the bar all at the same time. So, alright. So I decided to speed this up. It was kind of long, and you didn't really need to see me kind of work through some things. I mean, you'll be able to see it anyway, but, an extra 5 minutes of watching me mess around with it isn't really needed. So I did a 3 by 3, or if you kind of think of them as four single squares, then it's really a 6 by 6. So yeah, so then I decided to make the front part like a patio, and then we're gonna end up putting windows in the front, and then what I'll probably end up doing is coming back and actually replacing those with the windows from the new tab with um, the greenhouse. Those windows, because I use the half walls with the windows, but those half walls with the windows would really open it up. And cause the idea would be that as people are walking by, like, oh crap, look at that bar, they're having a good time. We want to go in there, So, um, you know, we don't have to worry about anybody getting thrown through the windows. But so I think I'll probably end up doing that. And then if I do that, replace those windows, then I'll replace the door with the same material, but I'll leave the rest of it the barnwood. That's fine. We found enough barnwood material to do around the outside. We didn't have enough of the metal items to do all the way around, so it's no big deal. So here I had to put up some pylons to get the power lines to allow me to work my way around and everything. But we'll get those power lines put in. That allows us to continue on and put up the rest of the walls and everything. So here I'm putting in those half walls with the windows, the ones that I was talking about replacing. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, but I've got plenty of time. So I didn't want to put in any of the walls with the holes in it or anything. Um, you know, no real need to. I feel like this place is going to have enough character in and of itself. I wanted it to look like it was something that we actually built and wasn't already here. So, we built it. We used the best materials that we had available to build it. Then now you say, well, what about the windows? Well, the windows, we don't have anybody that's a glassier and can really do the windows. We just pulled those all intact and moved them over. So, um, so that's why they're in the condition that they're in. So, what we're gonna do is we'll just put all the steps on this one side, and then we'll put rails along this other side, and that'll give us a spot where I'll put a couple tables or something out here for tables and some chairs, and people can come out here and sit and enjoy the evenings or the afternoons or whatever, and have a drink and maybe some bar snacks or something, some squirrel bits and that kind of thing, iguana on a stick and what have you. So I was thinking about using colored lights on the inside, and I wanted to get everyone's thoughts. If I'm left to my own devices, I'm probably going to do some sort of green, because green is my favorite color, and so that's likely what I would end up doing. But I just wanted to, I would probably do green in some other color, not red because it's too much like Christmas, but, something else. Probably not yellow either because they blend together too much. So green in some other color, but that wouldn't have to necessarily be green. It could be blue and yellow, and hey, those two make green. But we could do blue and yellow or something. And I wanted to see what everybody thought about what colors I should use. Um, open for suggestions on all this kind of stuff. So that whatever people suggest, and I'll take it under consideration and that kind of thing, and we'll see what comes together and what looks good and what I'm happy with in the final bit. But here is where I'm actually contemplating putting in the colored lights, and I didn't want to put any up and then not make the decision, even though I could have put them up and then ran the wires and everything. But um, I was contemplating. I mean, if everybody said, "Nah, just put up white lights," then I didn't want to have to pull lights out. Decided against the pool table, and I didn't really want to put up any of the other tables until I got the bar in. So I just wanted to put these ones in to kind of give myself a little bit of a point of reference, and so I kind of got those in there. I probably would have done more, but this video was really starting to get long, and I didn't want to have a really long video. So I just decided to just do a little bit at this time. I've done this glitch before, and also Denise Phoenix Essence, has done that before, and it's a really cool effect. But if I don't do white for lights, I wouldn't really want to put those in there. Um, Plus, I'm not sure how they would look after I replace those walls with the greenhouse walls with the glass and everything. Here, I wanted to see how well I could get this bar put in there like that. So I just wanted to line it up, and then I come out and I'm gonna rug glitch it. And for some reason, I put out 2 rugs and then realized I only need one. And why use 2 if you only need one? So um, here I go. I get it put in there, and I was actually pretty happy with how well I did and how well it turned out. I feel like I got it lined up, all the lines lined up pretty well, except obviously the one I put in is a little bit higher because it got the rug underneath it, but it went well. Time for some shelves. Those shelves won't work because the bottles won't go on there. The bottles may or may not go on those ones. So I just decided on some open shelves, and hope that they don't get knocked off. So I'll put a couple shelves up, and I liked this effect. I didn't realize this would do this, but I thought that turned out really well. So I thought that was pretty neat. And then I'll put a spotlight that'll shine down on where the liquor will be sitting. So that'll be kind of cool too. So now we got as much of the inside done as I'm going to get done tonight, and so trying to get some power here. This one was kind of weird. The power line didn't want to run to it, but I put one up on top, and it ran to that one, so that was kind of strange. And then I put another one down in that same spot, and the power line ran to it, so it was kind of weird. And there I was kind of looking to line it up, and it looked like it should have made it, but for some reason it didn't. So I'm not sure what was going on there, but yeah. So that one fit, and plenty of room. So then I started contemplating, well, the one below should have fit, and I like the ones below better because, I don't like the power pylons or conduits, should say, sticking up like that. So again, why jump? You can't hook the wire up and place the conduit at the same time. So just don't do it. What a knucklehead. Um, Nothing like making yourself look goofy. So here we put a couple more up and a jump again because hey, that's what we do, right? So we're gonna run our wires around, and we'll disconnect the power poles, the ones that are not needed, and then we will be done with all that. Look, there we go. We can delete those and move on with our day. There we go. We use the building to keep our power going. Also, in the comments, let's give me an idea of what we should call this bar. Fresh out of ideas. No clue. The no idea bar. I mean, come on, look, that's the best I can come up with. I need your guys' help with this. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions on anything else. Yeah, see, this light will work. Maybe we'll move this down. So if we move it closer, less on the alcohol. So let's put it back where we were. And yeah. Yeah, see? There we go, honey. Alright, so that's it for now. We'll just do a little bit as we go and see what everybody's ideas are. I may end up moving the bar off camera because the I need to do it after it closes and all that kind of stuff. So let's see what everybody thinks, and we'll kind of go from there. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye.